الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. اللهم لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين. اللهم بلغنا رمضان يا رب العالمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. My dear brothers and sisters, inshallah, we miss you, all of you. Inshallah, today we will doing same program or the lecture where we will continue about Ramadan. We started last basically Tuesday to talk about the ahdaf or maqasid from Sawm, the purpose and the goals of fasting. And we mentioned that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us why we must fast, why we have to fast. لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. We explained what taqwa is, how the Sahaba defined the taqwa. What is a taqwa in Islam? We also spoke about one of other purpose of Sawm that we want, inshallah ta'ala, want to expand today. One of the purpose of the Sawm is to give us to make us a better person, basically. To make us a better human. To make us someone who has a good conduct, good akhlaq and manners, moral conduct. And that is really part of taqwa, but it is something that needs to detail and explain to it. One of the conduct and good manners that we learn from Sawm and fasting is a sabr. We talked about that, the importance of sabr and how we learn sabr and patience from Sawm, especially in this time, in these days that we are in our houses. We are not going outside, we are not going our work, we're stuck in our houses. We need more sabr and patience, and not going and visiting our families. And I'm hearing also some of our communities, when they got sick, some of them are in the hospitals. And unfortunately, their own family cannot visit them. Even if they are not, they have virus, but because any reason that you stay in the hospital, no one of your family can visit you. Today I got a call from our community his mother is in the hospital and he cannot visit her, he cannot see her. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala cure all the mu'mineen, the believers, those who are in here and those who are in other places. So that it is a lesson that inshallah ta'ala Ramadan will teach us a lot. The issue of moral conduct in Islam, it is a big topic and a very important topic. And it's an issue that related, and it's a topic that related to our ibadat. A lot of our obligatory religion duty that the Islam teaches us, the purpose, one of the main purpose is to enhance and improve our moral conduct, our akhlaq, to make us a better person. You see, today there is a big gap between our ibadat, form of worships that we do, and our conduct. You can find sometimes someone who, mashallah, in the masjid, come every salah, or he goes every Jum'ah, or he attends the classes, but his manners, his conduct is away from what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants. Or the salah that he's doing, or the sawm that he's doing, what the salah and sawm supposed to give him. So the gap between our religious duty that we do every day and practice daily, or weekly or monthly, that there is a big gap between that ibadat and our akhlaq, and has to make that gap closer and closer until our ibadat correct our manners. Overall, good manners. The Islam teaches us that the purpose, in fact, the main purpose that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to us, is to improve our good conduct, our akhlaq. قال صلى الله عليه وسلم إنما بعثت لأتمم مكارم الأخلاق. I have been sent just to complete the good manners, not to start from scratch. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala already as a human we were born with al-fitrah, the natural way, the akhlaq, the good thing, the good thoughts, good words, saying the good things. But as a human, the shaitan al-insi wa shaitan al-jinni, as well as evil soul and others, makes us to get away from the good manners that the Islam teaches us. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was sent to rediscover or to teach us again to go back to that normal al-fitrah and akhlaq and manners in Islam. In fact, he sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, when we are describing who has the best iman, who has the best akhlaq, best iman, who is the best mu'min, a believer in Islam. Someone could say the person who fasts Allah, someone could say the one who pray a lot of rak'ahs, someone would say the one who donate, the one who travel a lot to Hajj. But Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, أكمل المؤمنين إيمانا أحسنهم خلقا. أكمل المؤمنين إيمانا. Those who have the best iman, complete faith, are those who have the best manners. So your manners, my manners, your conduct, how you communicate with the people, how you talk to the people, how you sell and buy, and all the way you communicate with you and humans. And of course, between us, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us if we really have a good manners or good conduct. In fact, the Quran teaches us the purpose of salah. One of the main purposes of salah, inna salata tanha anil fahsha'i wal munkar. That the salah prohibits to do evil, fahsha and munkar. So if someone prays and he's still doing the wrong things, he has to do kind of muraja'a, revisit his salah. Is he praying the right salah or not? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam beautiful ayah. قال سبحانه ولو كنت فظا غليظ القلب لانفضوا من حولك. If you were fadh, very harsh person, when he speaks, talks very hard on the people, to the people. If you were fadh, very rough and tough person, for your communication with humans, with your communication with Quraysh and others and that. غليظ القلب, if you have a very hard heart that does not welcome the people. If you were like that, Allah said, لَنْفَضُّوا مِنْ حَوْلِكَ. People will go away from you. Means in Islam, the ayah teaches us the purpose of human is to welcome the others. So people should be on your side. They shouldn't be against you. And through your akhlaq and your conduct or your behavior can make the people to be against you. So we have to make sure that is the one of the purpose in Islam is to be a community, to bond, to come together, the brothers, the sisters, the relatives, all this they should contact. As a human, we should be close to each other. And one of the things that makes us to get away from each other is bad manners, bad words, insulting the people, dividing the community, dividing the society, dividing the people. That is not a good thing. So that's what we need to, inshallah ta'ala, to make sure and learn from our ibadat. One of beautiful hadith that all of you know, that teaches us that if our manners are not good, if we don't have moral conduct, good things, our ibadat is invalid, does not help us. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was asked and was told, a woman who has a lot of salah, siyam, sadaqah, the three things that we talked about, 3 sads, vitamin sa. She had that strong vitamin sa, siyam, salah, sadaqah. But he sallallahu alaihi wasallam was told that لكنها تؤذي جيرانها بلسانها. But she hurts her neighbors for her own, the way she talks to them. قال صلى الله عليه وسلم هي في النار. He صلى الله عليه وسلم said she is in hellfire. On the other hand, he صلى الله عليه وسلم was told a woman who does not pray a lot of salah, a lot of sadaqat, but he صلى الله عليه وسلم was told that she communicates with the people her neighbors in a very nice way. قال صلى الله عليه وسلم في الجنة. So these are hadith and ayat that talks about the importance of communication, the importance of having a good manners in Islam. He sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he was told some of the women who oppressed their families, he sallallahu alaihi wasallam spoke in the masjid and he said, "Ulaika laysu bi akhyarikum." Those who communicate with their family or their wives in a very negative way, those are not the best among you. They are not the best among you. So if you are really want to say, I'm a good person, look how you talk to your wife, how you talk to your husband, how you talk to your children, how you communicate with your friends, how you communicate with your through your social media. All this is a description of who you are. So let's, inshallah ta'ala, the Sahaba radiallahu ta'ala anhu understood this issue very well. And they used to make dua. Abu Darda radiallahu ta'ala anhu, Darda, his wife, narrated hadith from him, saying that he was praying, Abu Darda radiallahu ta'ala anhu, tahajjud. فكان يدعو, he was making dua in his salah. And all his dua was, Allahumma fakama hassanta khalqi fahassin khuluqi. And he was crying. Oh Allah, Allah, repeating that dua, Allahumma kama hassanta khalqi fahassin khuluqi. Oh Allah, as you perfected my creation, the way you created me. Okay. Oh Allah, perfect my manners. As you made me a very handsome man or beautiful person. Allah, my face, my beautiful person. Oh Allah, make my akhlaq perfect. So Abu Darda was repeating that dua all the time. In the morning, his wife Darda asked him, Ya Abu Darda, you were saying this dua whole night. What was going on? He said, radiyallahu ta'ala an, Inna al-abd al-Muslim, the believer mu'min, the servant of Allah, yuhassinu khuluqahu. He improves and enhances his conduct and make himself a better person. The way he communicates with the people, the way he talks to his neighbors, his family, the way all that. He tried to enhance that. فَيُدْخِلُهُ الْجَنَّةِ. That good manner takes him into Jannah. And then he said some others, and he called Al-Abd al-Muslim, that he gets bad manners. He shouts. He hurts other people's feelings. He takes the wealth of the money of the others. Different way of harming a human. He gets that bad manners, and that bad manners takes him into hellfire. Na'udhu billah. Allahumma hassin khuluqana ya Rabbil Alameen kama hassanta khalqana ya Allah. So Sawm, fasted, is really a school that improves our manners. That is main thing. We talked about how Sawm improves our patience. Let's talk about how also the Sawm makes our, control our tongue. We know one of the powerful that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us is our tongue. It is a ni'mah of Allah. قال سبحانه ألم نجعل له عينين ولسانا وشفتين. Didn't we give him two eyes and lisan, a tongue, and shafatain, the two lips? Didn't we give you? This is a great ni'mah. But he sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us that great ni'mah, the tongue, could be a destruction for humans. He sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Man yadman li ma bayna lihyayhi wa ma bayna fakhidayhi adman lahu al-jannah." Who can guarantee me to protect his tongue and his private part, and I will I guarantee for him Jannah. So he sallallahu alaihi wasallam challenging us. Can you control your tongue? Can you think before you say it? Can you process your thoughts if it's good to say it or not before you say it? As our scholars used to teach us, إِنَّ قَلْبَ الْمُؤْمِنِ وَرَاءَ لِسَانِهِ وَإِنَّ الْمُنَافِقِ أَمَامَ قَلْبِهِ. The mu'min, his tongue is behind of his heart and his mind. He first gives his thoughts and, think about it. It's good to say it. Then, after that, he makes the decision. Unlike the munafiq, the hypocrites, where they their tongue is before their heart and their mind. They say the word that they regret after that. So the mu'min must always be careful, and he knows that there's a hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam that he teaches us that we have to be careful. أكثر ما يدخل الناس النار أكثر ما يدخل الناس النار الفم والفرج. The two things that takes the human into hellfire, the most main two things, he sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, our fam, our tongue. So Sawm, fasting, is a madrasa, it's a school that controls our tongue. As soon as the Ramadan comes, normally all of us, we watch our tongue. We watch what we say. We watch what we do. And tongue here represents all the ways of communications. Communication by saying the words, it could be by communications. Maybe now, for example, we are stuck in our houses. Husband, wife, children sitting together. Watch out your tongue. Be careful what you say. Another way of communication that relates to tongue or related to communication is basically using social media and writing and all that. These days we go a lot to communicate through social media more than we communicate maybe in our tongue sometimes. Be careful what you share. Be careful what you look at. Be careful what you telling others. So that is one of the things of Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam taught us in his hadith, talking about how the akhlaq, manners and conduct and behavior related to fasting. He Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, رب صائم ليس له من صيام إلا الجوع والعطش. How many people that fast, that they don't get from fast except hunger and thirst? Why? They're fasting, literally they fasting because they abstain from food and drink. However, they are not fasting religious sawm. The sawm that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants and that gives you hasanat and reward. That sawm is not a sawm that just stay from the food or drink or shahwat, but it's a sawm that teaches you a good manners, good conduct. That sawm that teaches you to watch your tongue, to watch what you share, to watch the information that you give. That is a sawm. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said in his beautiful hadith, while he is talking about the importance of sawm with our akhlaq, مَنْ لَمْ يَدَعْ قَوْلَ الزُّورِ وَالْعَمَلَ بِهِ. Whoever does not give up the lie, who does not give up قول الزور, the statement of wrong, saying the wrong word, or another say sharing or saying or sending a wrong information. If you don't know if it's true or not, do not share it. Do not share negative information. Share a positive thing. Make your Ramadan that you communicate with the people nicely. مَنْ لَمْ يَدَعْ قَوْلَ الزُّورِ وَالْعَمَلَ بِهِ. Whoever does not give up the wrong or lie and all this, فَلَيْسَ لِلَّهِ حَاجَةٌ فِي أَنْ يَدَعَ طَعَامَهُ وَشَرَابَهُ. Allah is not in need of to stay away from food and drink. So Allah does not need our ta'am. He wants us to have a good manner from our fast and our Ramadan bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So that is one of the things that we need to learn from Sawm. Make sure Sawm changes your akhlaq and your manners. Give you more conduct, more character and akhlaq. Another example of improvement our Sawm, the relation between the Sawm and good manners, is Sawm, fasting. It is really a way, as Islam teaches us, the Sawm teaches us to be generous. We know in Islam that in Ramadan, the Muslims are so generous. They feed others. They share what they have with the others. So Ramadan brings that akhlaq, that manner called generosity in Islam. Generosity is a good conduct that Islam always encourages us. The opposite of generosity is what's called da'ul shuhi wal bukhl, the disease of greed, the disease of to be stingy, to say me and I and myself. That disease, we must know that the Islam doesn't prohibits. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in his beautiful ayat more than one time, he says subhanahu, وَمَن يُوقَ شُحَّ نَفْسِهِ فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ. Whosoever that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saved him from the greed of their soul are the successful. A shuh is a disease. If you see someone who doesn't like to share with what he has, and he just spend his money, his family, his expenses of his house, his phones, all the expenses in his household, but he doesn't think outside of the box. He doesn't think that there is responsibilities towards his Islamic centers, towards to other Muslim community, towards our Muslim brothers in Syria, in Burma, in Kashmir, in Yemen and others. He doesn't feel that they have responsibility on him. That is a shuh or that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala teaches us, that if Allah protect you from that disease, you really muflih, you are successful. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect us from that disease. One of the great scholars, I think it was Abdullah ibn Mubarak, saw a man who's doing tawaf. And all what the dua that he was saying in his tawaf, he said, Allahumma qini shuhha nafsi. Allahumma qini shuhha nafsi. Oh Allah, protect me from the greed of my soul. Oh Allah, protect me from the greed of my soul. And this man, Shaykh said, what's going on with you? All your dua in tawaf, the most and the best place in the world, the Kaaba, you only saying that dua. He said, Alam tasma' qawla Allah azza wa jal. He said, didn't you hear what Allah said in the Quran, that if Allah save you from the greed of your soul, and then what else do you need? You are muflih, you are a successful person in dunya and in akhirah. So that is what we need to make sure that we fight against that disease of me and myself and my family, and now as the Islamic centers and masajid have no responsibility. The da'wah that the Muslim community and in United States as well as and in the world, and a da'wah that, for example, in our city in Central Florida, that we're doing, the involvement that our Muslims preaching the Islam and teaching the children, teaching the sisters, the women, the class that's going on, all this great work that's going on is a big project. And that project, as a Muslim, if you live in this area, you must participate, as well as helping your Muslim brothers and sisters outside. So that is a Muslim. He sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us, وَاتَّقُوا الشُّحَّ فَإِنَّ الشُّحَّ قَدْ أَهْلَكَ مَنْ كَانَ قَبْلَكُم. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam he was well known, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, in the month of Ramadan. He sallallahu alaihi wasallam, as Abdullah ibn Abbas radiallahu ta'ala anhu described him, كَانَ أَجْوَدَ النَّاسِ. He was the most generous person, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. There is no argument about that. There is no debate who was the most generous in this world. The Sahaba radiallahu ta'ala anhu told us the generosity of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. A Bedouin comes and says, Ya Muhammad, a'tini, give me something. And then sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, you see the sheep between these two mountains? That's for you. Take it. And the man takes all the sheep, and then he goes back to his clan or his tribe, and he said, اذهبوا إلى محمد. Go to Muhammad and believe him. فإنه يعطي عطاء من لا يخشى الفقر. He gives away as a person who has no fear about poverty. We should not have a fear about poverty, specifically in these days. The mu'min needs to give sadaqah in the difficult time. The mu'min should donate and help his community and those families that don't have a job, don't have an income, other Muslims in our Muslim world outside the Islamic center. We must give in a difficult time, because كما قال صلى الله عليه وسلم تعرف إلى الله في الرخاء يعرفك في الشدة. Okay, know Allah in good time, He will know you the difficult time. And this difficult time, you say, Ya Allah, even these small things that I have, I want to give, and Allah will bless us. So this is the time that we need, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, to help each other. Specifically, the sadaqah prevents the diseases, prevents a lot of evil things, as Islam teaches us. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his hadith is well known. إن صدقة المسلم تزيد في العمر وتمنع ميتة السوء. That Islam teaches us that by giving sadaqah, that it increases your lifespan. We look to live longer in another way, having insurance and all that. Let's try this way of, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can bless my umr. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can cure me through the sadaqat. Imagine that $100 that you give an orphan family somewhere in the world. And that mother with her kids having a food in front of her given, and she raises her dua. Say, oh Allah, bless that family. Oh Allah, gives that khair to the Ummah of Muhammad. So that dua, wallahi, ليس بينها وبين الله حجاب. There is no barrier between that dua and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will accept their dua. So help your Muslim local here as well as international Muslim community. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will protect you. There is no doubt, my dear brothers and sisters, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will prevent us or protect us from the virus through our sadaqat and our khairat. Through our sadaqat and our khairat. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us, أفضل الصدقة. He was asked, أي صدقة أفضل? What is the best sadaqah? He sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, الصدقة في رمضان. The sadaqah that you give in the month of Ramadan. In the month of Ramadan. So, my dear brothers and sisters, inshallah ta'ala, we want the month of Ramadan, bi'idhnillah ta'ala, to improve our akhlaq and our manners, inshallah ta'ala, and we, bi'idhnillah ta'ala, we will continue other lectures that come in بإذن الله تعالى. أسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى أن يحفظنا، أسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى أن يحفظنا وأن يبلغنا رمضان. اللهم بلغنا رمضان، اللهم بلغنا رمضان، اللهم بارك لنا في شعبان وبلغنا رمضان. اللهم ارفع عنا الوباء والبلاء والأمراض والزنا والزلازل وسوء الفتن ما ظهر منها وما بطن يا رب العالمين. اللهم ادفع عنا البلاء والوباء. اللهم ارفع عنا مقتك عنا، اللهم ارفع مقتك عنا يا رب العالمين، ولا تسلط علينا بذنوبنا من لا يخافك فينا ولا يرحمنا. لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إنا كنا من الظالمين. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.